Donald Trump has a beef price problem here in America. He's kind of fixing it in the right way, but the messaging is just not good. And here's what's happening. Trump said that he wants to make a deal with Argentina to buy beef because our beef prices in America are very bad right now. They've gone up by like 17, 18% just in the last 20 months. This is according to Forbes, referencing the beef prices and what Trump wants to do with Argentina. They said Trump made the comments after the U.S. announced a $40 billion economic assistance package for Argentina, including a $20 billion currency swap with Argentina's central bank that Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said was finalized Tuesday, plus another $20 billion in financing from private sector and sovereign wealth funds. So this has made some very angry because, again, you've got this $40 billion investment and then also the beef stuff because that's not set in stone yet. So you've got tons of money that the U.S. is wanting to invest in Argentina. The protectionists are already angry that we're giving Argentina so much money, but then buying the beef from then, you could be investing in Americans, right? Instead, what we're saying is we're going to invest in the Argentina cattle market, and that has made farmers and protectionists very upset. Trump was asked about this by a reporter. Here's what he said.
What do you have to say to U.S. farmers who feel that the deal is benefiting Argentina more than it is them as they are
Argentina's fighting for its life, young lady. You don't know anything about it. They're fighting for their life. Nothing's benefiting Argentina. They're fighting for their life. You understand what that means? They have no money. They have no anything. They're fighting so hard to survive. If I can help them survive in a free world, I happen to like the president of Argentina. I think he's trying to do the best he can. But don't make it sound like they're doing great. They are dying. All right? They're dying.
So not a great answer from the president, in my opinion, which sucks because, as I'll explain, I actually agree with him. I think this is a policy that he needs to make. I think that he is just all over the place on his messaging, though. And I'm not just talking about the beef prices. I'm talking about the tariffs. I'm talking about the protectionism. I'm talking about the free market stuff. Trump's whole thing now for months has been that he wants to protect American workers. It's all he talks about. It's kind of his new thing. He didn't really talk about, he talked about American workers, sure, but he didn't talk about them in terms and in context with the tariffs in term one. In term two, it's all about the tariffs. And that is why, and I've been critical of that, because I do not think that the tariffs are the way to actually historically bring back jobs. There's just no evidence that that's true. I've been critical because when you prioritize workers with tariffs, you end up hurting the consumer. And that's exactly what's happened with beef, by the way. It's gotten very expensive in part because of the tariffs. Now, Trump is reversing course, taking a much more free market approach on this, saying, look, we're going to get beef from the cheapest person regardless of where we get it from. And that's what Milton Friedman would say. That's what Thomas Sowell would say. That's what I say. Like, I just want cheap beef. I don't know what to tell you. Every single person in America buys beef. Every single person in America is a consumer. So if you make beef prices cheaper, you're helping every single person in America. The problem is even though Trump is making the right call here, he is wildly inconsistent on this. He has made it clear that he wants to grow American industry, but he is investing in Argentine industry instead, which is what's making people angry. And then he says that Argentina is dying in this, but then that only enrages American farmers who feel like they're the ones dying, which I totally understand, by the way. If I was an American farmer, I would be upset about this. My point is simply that most Americans are not beef farmers. And so if Trump is looking at the American people and trying to do the most for the most amount of people, he's going to move forward with this policy, but not with the messaging that he's having. Then this is one of the fundamental problems with the Trump admin right now. They are stuck between free market economics and protectionism. The reason why they're stuck, I think Trump is more on the free market side personally, but the reason why they're stuck is because the cabinet is totally split. You've got J.D. Vance and, I'm thinking Peter Navarro, Howard Lutnick, they're on one side. Then you've got Scott Bessent, who is really the voice of reason, and you've got other people who aren't necessarily involved in, economic policy like Marco Rubio, who are definitely more on the free market side. And Trump just can't decide which way he wants to go. By the way, the protectionists freaking out about Argentina feel kind of fake to me. And the reason why I say that is because Argentina is not even close to our biggest exporter of beef. If you look at this graph, you can see these are the U.S. beef imports by country. Australia is our number one by far. You've got Canada, Brazil, Mexico, New Zealand, Uruguay, Nicaragua. Argentina's number 8. So where was the fake outrage about the other countries? I'm just being honest, right? You've got Argentina that's going to, we don't have the exact figures yet, but presumably going to go from 8 to maybe 7 or 6 of our largest beef importers. Where is the outrage about Australia and Canada? Like, this has been a problem for a long time. This has been going on for a long time. If you view beef being imported as a problem, I don't. But if you do, this is not a new thing. And so why would people just now be freaking out about it? I don't understand. It's made our beef cheap for a long time. A lot of people ask me why I don't like the tariffs on this because, and this is the reason why, fundamentally. There are 100 ways to be a worker. Yet there is only one way to be a consumer. And this is what I mean by that. You can go out and get all kinds of jobs. If you look at the beef industry in the United States, it would be unfortunate if all those people lost their jobs. But if they did today, there are 1,000 other jobs that they can go get. And they're going to vary by degrees of difficulty to get those jobs. I'm not saying they can go get all of them equally, but there are other jobs that exist out there. From a consumer standpoint, there is one way to buy beef. Like, I can't buy beef another way. I can't buy something I need multiple ways. There's only one way to do it. And so I think that Trump is making the right call because he is protecting the only thing that we can do, which is buying beef. If there was some magical other way to do it, then that would be fine to protect the worker over the consumer. There's not, though, which is why Trump should protect the consumer over the worker. I think Trump is making the right call, but with horrible messaging, that kind of inconsistency, even with good policy, is what could lose Republicans in 2026. We have got to stop supporting streaming networks that hate our guts. I'm talking about the big ones that have all kinds of woke nonsense, and we have to start supporting the ones that actually love our values. I'm talking about We the Free. We the Free has fantastic conservative movies, TV shows, Second Amendment content, political commentary, you name it. Go check it out right now. The Josh Carr Show is on We the Free. They've got some really good stuff. The link is in the description below. Thank you so much for watching this episode, everybody. Please like the video so other great patriots will see it. Or if you're on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please rate the show so other patriots will see it there. And you can tune in every single weekday at 6 p.m. Eastern for the live show, or you can watch another video right here